So much changed since Grandma was young. She loves me and knows that I love Harry. I think she is starting to get that, but it's a leap for her. It's real weird looking back at my childhood. I had all these messages about what a man should be, and now I'm thinking about marrying Harry. But Harry just wants this normal life, these patterns. He kept a place for me here while I explored the world. That's good, right? That's love, isn't it? Time to get ready. Love isn't unique. It's common. I was in love with Sarah once. But that changed in the end. Love ends. All these little things, just meaningless stuff every day, whittling away at how we feel. I don't deserve Harry.
It was the first day at university. I was terrified. My parents drove me up to the student village. The back of the car was stuffed with everything that I owned. I tried to look confident. It was faked. I'm not sure anyone noticed either way. Paul always liked Will. I doubt my biological dad would have. It seemed like I had an enormous amount of stuff. I went inside first. I had a room to myself in a shared house, and we already had the keys. I don't remember where we got them from. Mum or Paul must have picked them up from the admin person, I guess. Walking into my dorm room for the first time, I could only think about my own nerves. It's one of those things that we do sometimes. We forget about the feelings of others. Yes, I was scared about it all, but how did Mum and Paul feel? After unloading the car, they were about to drive away to an empty home for the first time in 18 years. Maybe it was a scarier day for them than for me. I wasn't paying much attention to unloading. My room had a really thin nylon carpet and the cheapest mattress the university could find, I think, and I didn't care at all. It was my own space. Do you remember the first time you had a place to yourself? To be able to lock the door and really tell everyone to stay away, or to ask someone in. I think we all must feel the same. I wondered if anyone was going to be interested in me. I suppose we all felt ugly in some way. It's a strong word, but I thought everyone was beautiful except me. It's not like I felt awful about myself, just like I was really average. Smartish, pretty, but pretty bland. I was trying hard to be more. Not only in the background of every scene. I didn't see that we all were pretending, really. It wasn't fireworks when I first saw him, but I thought he was cute. Well, kind of sexy. Wait, no, cute is the right word. I wasn't really thinking about sexy back then. I felt so adult, but I had so much growing up to do. It's funny to think back, like this, now. It was really busy for those first few weeks. Will must have been around at lectures, but I was caught up in meeting housemates and learning the basics of living away from home. The next time I remember seeing him was through the window of the Union Bar. I remembered he'd looked back at me on that first day, and it made me smile. The Union usually played the dancey stuff. Higher State of Consciousness was still on heavy rotation, but sometimes they played the better stuff. Blur, Pulp, a bit older stuff like In Spiral Carpets, but not often. Fridays at the Union were always the same. Crowds of people, the windows steaming up completely, and sticky floors. I kind of miss it. After I'd seen him at the window, I wanted to talk to him. Maybe more. I pretty much went on the hunt. It's not easy to find someone when you're not so tall and the lights are low. Spotting Will in the crowd was hard. I think I was changing fast. It'd only been a couple of weeks since I got to uni, but I felt very different. I know it sounds weird, but I always felt that Will was a good person. The kind of person I wanted to be around. It was true too. Will was talking to another guy when I found him. I don't remember what I said to join in the conversation. I don't think there was any doubt about my intentions. We had a few drinks and tried to talk over the music before I pulled him outside. I love that tingle when you hope something is going to happen, when you know you're going to try something nice. The cold night air hit me and I felt a little dizzy. And that was when he first kissed me. Our first proper date was to the cinema. We sat at the back, kind of a cliché really. There's that pressure for back row liaisons, you know? We sat there fidgeting, wanting to touch but scared to. I wanted to hold his hand, but he seemed to shy away. Or maybe he didn't intend that. I kept on trying to look at him from the side to see if he was looking at me. I shifted to rest my leg against his. It was awkward and definitely not the natural and subtle thing I was going for. The film had that guy in it who always acts crazy but then does lots of action kick-ass stuff. We weren't really paying attention, I think. It was like everything else faded out. I put my hand on his leg, he turned to me and did that shy smile of his. He reached out and gently brushed my cheek with his hand, guiding my face to his. He closed his eyes and kissed me, placing his lips softly onto mine. We locked our fingers together and watched the rest of the film. We didn't let go until ages after we left the cinema. Did you ever fall in love so hard and so much you just knew it would have to end? It was my first time, but even back then, I think I knew deep down that's what it was. Will always gave the impression of confidence, like he always had a grand plan. I wish I knew if he saw that end coming too, like I felt it was. I don't know if that would have made how it went any easier. I'd been putting off unpacking all of my boxes, but the next day I finally got round to it. I got out the essentials, of course, but I hadn't felt very motivated to do the rest. I'd packed loads of my old books. Nothing really related to uni, I just liked having them nearby. When I was born, someone from my mum's work gave me a toy bunny. I know it's silly, but it makes me happy. It wasn't always easy with my biological dad leaving, but Mum and I, and my brother Andy, we had fun. My bunny makes me remember that. I put candles out. I think I thought I'd need to do romantic lighting. I had arranged to see Will later in the week. I was really falling for him. Is it weird to tell you this? My mum gave me a tasseled cloth scarf to remind me of home. She's a right hippie. I kept on changing my mind. It shouldn't have mattered so much, but I wanted the place to look nice. I must have spent ages just shifting stuff around. The little choices are important. I guess it didn't make any difference really, but I was happy when I was sure I'd got it right. I wanted to feel comfortable when Will came over. Will and I, it felt like a Romeo and Juliet kind of thing, and just as likely to burn us both as to make us happy. But what a lovely way to burn. That Christmas, I met Will's family. We'd been together for 4 months. Do you remember me there? I was head over heels in love with him. I didn't say much in case I blurted out something wrong to his family. We were still at that stage where you constantly want to touch the other person. I loved that, but I didn't reach out with his family or there. I remember he lightly touched the back of my neck as he poured me some wine, and it sent tingles into my stomach. It was a really nice meal, and we all got on okay. I think I looked a bit too grungy for the occasion. I felt really self-conscious. I loved him so much, but that feeling I had wouldn't go away, that it was all going to end. That Christmas Day, though, I felt like we had a chance. Things were going well, but over the months, I felt the relationship changing. We would cuddle up in bed and watch TV or movies. Coronation Street had a transgender character. It wasn't something I'd thought much about before. I'd never had to think about my sexuality much. I'm straight, and as far as I knew, my friends up until that time all had been too. I just accepted Will for who he was, regardless of his sexuality. It's funny to tell you this now, but I was never jealous of Harry. You'd think I would be, but I loved Will so much. I just wanted him to be happy. We were all, Will, Harry and me, studying on the same English degree. I'd seen the way Harry and Will looked at each other. There was a spark there. I didn't feel jealous. I know that sounds weird, but I liked seeing Will happy, and Harry made him feel that way. I'll never forget that time, seeing their friendship grow. As the months went by, we went out less. We would go out to meet up with Harry and a couple of other friends, but it was mostly just Will and me. Those memories will always be a warm place for me. I think we both could feel that an end was going to be inevitable. But we still were in love. Though sometimes lonely, in a weird way. It felt like we were the only people in the world. Maybe I didn't mind Will getting closer to Harry because it felt like our own love was too much for two people. We would listen to music as we fell asleep. Do you remember Enigma? Monks chanting and electronic stuff. We'd put that on a lot and just let ourselves drift off to the music. We listened to a lot of Portishead. Even now when I listen to them, I remember being back in that room, in his arms. It might seem odd to you, but it was my suggestion. I told Will to ask out Harry. I loved him. I knew it would make us all happy for Will to have Harry in his life. It was something he needed to do. Helping a person find their true love, That's an honour. It's a kind of magic right there. For a long time, though, I wish that true love had been me. Let me paint a picture for you of the end. Will had been seeing both me and Harry at the same time for about 6 months. I can see you think that sounds weird, but it really wasn't. We were all open, safe, and honest about it. The picture. It was in the basement of the Royal Oak in October. You could still smoke in pubs back then, and the faint smell was always there. The tables were dark, heavy wood. The stone floor smelled slightly of disinfectant. The seats were covered with tapestry fabric that was worn and faded. I knew what I was going to say to Will. Before I went to university, a friend asked me what love is. I told her that love was being able to tell a person that you never wanted to see them again. Even though it broke your heart to do it, you would tell them to leave you because it was right. I was quite happy with that answer. Like love was something from a Shakespearean tragedy. I hadn't been in love when I said it. I didn't expect to have to do it. I didn't expect to be right. We need to talk.
Oh?
I'm not helping you anymore.
I don't think I follow.
I feel like I'm getting in your way.
You're not. This is good.
It is good. Good enough.
Are you happy with me?
I'm happy with you. I love you, but this isn't about me.
I love you too. I want to be with you.
I know. But that doesn't mean you should be.
Is this it? Can I do anything differently?
No. You've not done anything wrong.
I don't want this.
Me either. But it's right.
I love you.
I love you too. I was so in love. I can't tell you how much it hurt to let him go. I never forgot him. Love doesn't just stop. I still carry those memories of our time together with me, like a polished stone in my pocket. It feels so real, like I can really hold it in my hands. I cherish the memory of that time we had. I've never loved anyone like that again. It took me 2 years to get over Will. I could see him falling in love with Harry. Soft and deep love, not like the fire we had. It was beautiful. I didn't really consider that we could all have kept on dating together. You know, it might have worked for a while, but that wasn't what we did. It's just the past. 2 years is a long time. I focused on my courses, got a first-class honours degree. That was a plus of feeling desperately alone. I still have that love with me, and the loneliness passed eventually. I started to date, and in the end, I fell in love again. The love I have now, it's wonderful, and not the same as what Will and I had. Love is unique every time, and that's a good thing. The way I loved Will and he loved me was something special. Not forever, but perfect anyway.